I'm standing at the altar in this little country church, at the end of a long, lonely and a soul-destroying search. My hands are shaking just a bit, but my heart is calm and still, like a river that has finally found its way around the hill. The music starts to play now and they open up the doors, and I see the only future that my spirit just adores. You're walking down the aisle to me, a vision and a dream, the answer to a prayer that was a silent, hopeful scream. You're not a fairy tale princess, you're a woman strong and true, who's fought 1,000 battles just to be the brand new you. And I'm not a knight in armor, I'm just a simple broken man, who's been put back together by your gentle loving hand. And I'll make my promise to you, with these scars and with this ring, and all the hard-won wisdom that the lonely seasons bring. I'll make my promise to you, with my eyes open wide, with nothing but an honest love and a humble, grateful pride. This is more than just a wedding, it's a flag that we have flown to show two broken hearts can build the strongest kind of home. We've earned this happy moment, we have paid for it in tears. We've walked through all the lonely nights and faced our biggest fears. And this love is so much sweeter 'cause we know how much it's worth, the most precious and the rarest kind of treasure on this earth. Scars and with this ring, the happy songs we'll sing, with my eyes open wide, with you right by my side. A flag that we have flown, the strongest kind of home, that broken hearts can build when they are not alone. When the world gets too loud for me and my thoughts begin to race, I know a secret, quiet path, a green and holy place. I walk until the sounds all die of the highway and the town, and I find a patch of sunlight and I slowly settle down. The air smells sharp and honest of the needles and the earth, a quiet reevaluation of what a life is worth. And I'm listening to the whispers in the pines, a language older than the oldest of all man's best design. It's a secret conversation, a gentle hushing sound, as the spirit of the forest moves across the holy ground. It's a lullaby for a worried soul, it's a song without a word. The most beautiful and honest music that I have ever heard. I remember hearing this same sound when I was just a boy. It filled my heart with equal parts of wonder and of joy. My father told me, listen close, the trees have things to say. They'll teach you how to stand up strong and how to bend and sway. It's a sound that hasn't changed at all through all the passing years. It's been a comfort for my hopes and a solace for my fears. 'Cause I'm listening to the whispers in the pines, a language older than the oldest of all man's best designs. It's a secret conversation, a gentle hushing sound, as the spirit of the forest moves across the holy ground. It's a lullaby for a worried soul, it's a song without a word. The most beautiful and honest music that I have ever heard. It doesn't make a promise and it never tells a lie. It just keeps on whispering the truth beneath the endless sky. It tells you that you're small and that the world is big and deep. And it sings your restless, worried mind to a quiet, gentle sleep. A soft, beautiful, and breathy harmonica solo that mimics the sound of wind whispering through pine trees. Whispers in the pines, older than all man's design. A gentle, hushing sound on this holy ground. A song without a word, the best I've ever heard. The morning sun is spilling gold upon the kitchen floor, just like it's done 100 sleepy mornings, maybe more. You're humming some old melody, a song I don't quite know, as you're waiting for the coffee machine to finish nice and slow. You haven't even seen me yet, I'm standing by the door, and my heart is full of feelings that I've never felt before. And oh, this quiet little life is all I'll ever need, a simple love grown from a scarred and complicated seed. This quiet little life, a soft and gentle breeze, puts my restless, worried spirit so completely at its ease. I used to think that happiness was a loud and frantic prize, but I found it in the sleepy morning comfort in your eyes. I remember all the drama and the slamming of the doors, the lonely, angry battles of the foolish loving wars. I remember all the noise and the heartache and the pain of trying to find the sunshine in the cold and driving rain. But this quiet isn't empty like the quiet that I knew. This quiet's full of meaning, 'cause it's filled right up with you. 'Cause oh, this quiet little life is all I'll ever need. A simple love grown from a scarred and complicated seed. This quiet little life, a soft and gentle breeze, puts my restless, worried spirit so completely at its ease. It took two broken hearts to learn how precious peace can be. It took a world of hurt to find the simple you and me. And I wouldn't trade a single scar, I wouldn't change the past, 'cause it brought me to this quiet little life that's built to last. A warm, gentle, and deeply contented harmonica solo that feels like a loving, happy sigh. This quiet little life, all I'll ever need, is simple love from a complicated sea. Puts my spirit at its ease, a soft and gentle breeze.
My head was full of static, my heart was full of dread, listening to the worried little voices in my head. The news was on the TV talking about the world's bad news, and I was wearing out the leather on my pacing worried shoes. So I slipped out the back door before the sun was high, beneath a sleepy patient and a pale and gentle sky. And I kicked off my shoes and I set my spirit free, and I felt this good earth beneath my feet just calling out to me. It's a cool and gentle welcome, it's a firm and steady friend. It's a promise that the craziness of this mad world has to end. All my worries seem to vanish, they all admit defeat, when I'm grounded by this good earth beneath my feet. It took me back to being just a boy of 8 or 9, when the whole world was a kingdom and the kingdom was all mine. I'd run for miles and miles all day with not a single care, just the feeling of the clover and the wind in my wild hair. I'd forgotten how that felt, that simple, pure release, that quiet, perfect conversation and that hard-won, honest peace. 'Cause 'cause I kicked off my shoes and I set my spirit free. And I felt this good earth beneath my feet just calling out to me. It's a cool and gentle welcome, it's a firm and steady friend. It's a promise that the craziness of this mad world has to end. All my worries seem to vanish, they all admit defeat. When I'm grounded by this good earth beneath my feet. We spend our whole lives walking in boxes made of leather, completely disconnected from the seasons and the weather. But the best cure for a troubled soul, the truest, best retreat, is to come on home and feel the good earth right beneath your feet. A peaceful, clear and grounding harmonica solo that feels like a deep, contented breath of fresh air. Set my spirit free, calling out to me. A firm and steady friend. The madness has to end. My worries all admit defeat. When I feel this good earth beneath my feet.
I was walking the old fence line where the wild roses grow, a forgotten little corner that not many people know. And I saw a patch of tangled vines, a welcome thorny sight, heavy with the darkest berries shining in the pale sunlight. I reached right through the stickers, didn't care about the pain, to find that one perfect treasure in the sun and in the rain. And oh, I taste the summer on my tongue, a flavor from a memory of when I was so young. It's a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of wildness and a little bit of hurt. It's a perfect burst of everything a good life's all about, a taste of pure and simple joy that makes a poor boy shout. My fingers are all purple now, my shirt has got a stain, and I'm a 10-year-old barefoot boy standing in the rain again. I've got a bucket full of berries and I'm running home so fast for my mother's famous cobbler, a treat that's built to last. That taste was our own currency, a treasure we had found on the wild and thorny edges of our little piece of ground. 'Cause oh, I taste the summer on my tongue, a flavor from a memory of when I was so young. It's a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of wildness and a little bit of hurt. It's a perfect burst of everything a good life's all about, a taste of pure and simple joy that makes a poor boy shout. You can buy them in a plastic box, all perfect in a row, but they'll never taste the freedom and the seeds the wild wind sowed. They'll never taste the childhood or the scratches on your hand. The real flavor's in the finding in this wild and stubborn land. A joyful bluesy and a Santa Monica solo that's full of the sweet and tart flavor of a wild berry. The summer on my tongue from when I was so young. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of hurt, a good life's all about. It makes a poor boy shout. It's 2 o'clock in August, the sun is white and high. Not a single cloud for comfort in the pale and endless sky. The birds are hiding in the shade, the cows are in the creek. It's the kind of afternoon that's too darn hot to even speak. I'm looking down that long blacktop, that ribbon in the heat, and I see a kind of magic right there at my feet. All the devil's dancing on the road again today, in a hazy, blurry, beautiful and silent ballet. The devil's dancing, making all the solid things all bend, a world that's made of water at the long road's dusty end. It's the kind of quiet miracle that slows your spirit down when the devil starts his dancing on the far side of the town. I remember being just a kid, I'd stare at it for hours, at the wavy liquid magic and its strange and hidden powers. I thought the world was melting right before my very eyes, a secret that was only shared between me and the sky. It's the very soul of summer in a shimmering design, a memory that's just as blurry and just as sweet as wine. 'Cause the devil's dancing on the road again today, in a hazy, blurry, beautiful and silent ballet. The devil's dancing, making all the solid things all bend, a world that's made of water at the long road's dusty end. It's the kind of quiet miracle that slows your spirit down when the devil starts his dance far side of the town. And maybe memories are like that, not always sharp and clear, just a wavy, sweet distortion of a long and distant year. They're not exactly true, but they are beautiful to see, just like that devil's dancing right in front of me. Bluesy wavy and a harmonica solo that shimmers and bends, perfectly capturing the feeling of heat haze. The devil's dancing on the road again today. A silent ballet, come what may. Making all the solid things all bend. My long lost summer friend.
Out to the old home place where the wild grass grows so high, to see the empty piece of land beneath an empty sky. The house is gone, the barn is too, there's nothing but the breeze and the quiet, sad opinions of the old and knowing trees. The walls have all fallen, the roof gave up the fight and surrendered in the darkness and the light. But the chimney's still standing like a soldier, straight and tall, the stubborn, stony heart of it refusing now to fall. The chimney's still standing, and I can almost feel the heat of 100 winter fires and the taste of something sweet. A home is more than timber, a home is more than ground. It's the love that you remember when there's nothing else around. I put my hand upon the stones, they're cold against my skin, but I can feel the warmth of all the life that lived within. I see my mother by the fire with a baby on her knee, and I see my father telling stories to a little boy that's me. This was the center of our world, this was our truest north, the steady beating, loving, and the fiery glowing heart. 'Cause the chimney's still standing like a soldier, straight and tall, the stubborn, stony heart of it refusing now to fall. The chimney's still standing, and I can almost feel the heat of 100 winter fires and the taste of something sweet. A home is more than timber, a home is more than ground. It's the love that you remember when there's nothing else around. They say that time erases all and turns it all to dust. It breaks the strongest promises and turns the steel to rust. But it can't erase a memory and it can't erase a soul, as long as there's a chimney here to make the story whole. A powerful, soulful, and deeply emotional harmonica solo that's full of a sad but proud sense of history and endurance. The chimney's still standing, straight and tall, refusing now to fall. I can still recall more than wood and ground. The only thing I've found is the love that I remember when there's nothing else around.
The house is dark and sleeping, the moon is hanging high. I'm lying here just listening to the minutes drifting by. Too awake for dreaming, too tired to even read, just thinking about my life and the planting of the seed. The world is holding its breath now, everything is still and deep, just the secrets that the darkness and a quiet country keep. When I hear it cutting through the night from miles and miles around, there's nothing quite as mournful as that lonesome sound. A ghost upon the railway, a cry upon the breeze, a story whispered through the lonely listening old pine trees. It's the sound of people leaving and the sound of coming round. It's a heartache and a comfort, that lonesome, lonesome sound. I wonder who is on that train and where they're headed to, if they're running from a memory or starting somewhere new. Each soul is on a journey with a ticket in their hand, across the sleeping country, across this moonlit land. And that whistle as it blows, it's singing just for them, a melancholy, hopeful, and a heartbreaking old hymn. 'Cause I hear it cutting through the night from miles and miles around. There's nothing quite as mournful as that lonesome sound. A ghost upon the railway, a cry upon the breeze, a story whispered through the lonely listening old pine trees. It's the sound of people leaving and the sound of coming round. It's a heartache and a comfort, that lonesome, lonesome sound. I heard it as a young boy and I dreamed of getting out. I dreamed of all the places that train was all about. I hear it as a man who's glad he put his roots down deep, and it sings my restless spirit and my grateful heart to sleep. sitting on the porch tonight with a paper and a pen, trying to write a letter that I should have written then. There's so much that I want to say, so much I need to tell, to the keeper of my secrets and the old and wishing well. This isn't for a person in some far and distant town. This is for the roots I have in this good and sacred ground. This is a letter to the fields and the sky so wide and blue, and I'm thanking you for everything you've always seen me through. Thank you for your patience, for your lessons and your pain, for the comfort of the sunshine and the blessing of the rain. You made me who I am today, my wandering is done. Forever yours and faithfully, signed a grateful son. I thank you for the blackberries, so wild and dark and sweet, and the feeling of the cool grass right beneath my tired feet. I thank you for the quiet and the whispers in the pines, and the wisdom of the crooked and the long forgotten lines. You taught me about survival from the corner post so strong, and you taught me about my own heart with a whippoorwill sad song. 'Cause this is a letter to the fields and the sky so wide and blue, and I'm thanking you for everything you've always seen me through. Thank you for your patience, for your lessons and your pain, for the comfort of the sunshine and the blessing of the rain. You made me who I am today, my wandering is done. Forever yours and faithfully, signed a grateful son. And people might not get it, they might think I've lost my mind, to write a letter to the dirt and the wild and whistling wind. But you've been more apparent than some people ever find. You've been steady and forgiving, you've been honest, you've been kind. A powerful, soaring, and deeply grateful harmonica solo that feels like a panoramic view of a beloved landscape. Thank you for your lessons and the blessing of the rain. Thank you for the comfort and the easing of the pain. My wandering is done, my race has been well run. Forever yours, signed a grateful son. The kids are all asleep now, the house is finally still. Just the whisper of the oak tree on the dark and windy hill. I'm looking at you sleeping in the pale and gentle moon, after another ordinary, perfect afternoon. The years have come and gone so fast, a sweet and rushing stream, and turned our careful, hopeful start into a waking dream. And this is our kind of forever. It's not a fairy tale. It's a stubborn little ship that's learned to navigate the gale. This is our kind of forever, a soft and steady life, the comfort of just knowing you'll be here all through the night. It's quieter than we dreamed of, but it's deeper and more true. Our kind of forever is me forever with you. We still have our disagreements, we still have our own fears, and we've watered this old garden with a handful of our tears. But the promises we made that day in that little country church have been the steady guiding hand in every single lurch. We learned that love's not perfect, but love is always kind, and the best gift that you'll ever get is a peaceful state of mind. 'Cause this is our kind of forever. It's not a fairy tale. It's a stubborn little ship that's learned to navigate the gale. This is our kind of forever, a soft and steady light, the comfort of just knowing you'll be here all through the night. It's why you get one chance at love, but we know that's not the case. Sometimes it takes a broken road to find your truest place. And I'm so grateful for that road, for every twist and turn, for the beauty of a second chance, a lesson you must learn. A wise, peaceful, and deeply content, our Manatha solo that speaks of a long, happy, and successful journey. Our kind of forever, not a fairy tale, a stubborn little ship that's learned to navigate the gale. Deeper and more true, me forever with you. We're sitting on the front porch swing, the sun is getting low, watching all the fireflies put on their gentle show. My heart is beating like a drum, my hands are cold as ice. I've practiced all the words to say, not once but more than twice. I've lived a life of maybes, a we'll see and I don't know. But tonight I'm planting my whole heart and I'm and foolish man. This is not a hopeful start to some half-hearted, crazy plan. This is my last and final vow, the only one I'll make, for my own and your own precious and our loving Spirit's sake. I'm asking you to be my wife, to see this journey through, 'cause the only future I can see is the one I see with you. We both got our own histories, we both got our own scars. We both spent lonely evenings staring at the same old stars. I'm not asking you to forget the past or the person that you were, but to let me be your future and a gentle, loving cure. We can build a brand new story on the foundations of the old, the finest, truest love story that has ever yet been told. 'Cause this is not a careless promise from a young and foolish man. This is not a hopeful start to some half-hearted, crazy plan. This is my last and final vow, the only one I'll make, for my own and your own precious and our loving Spirit's sake. I'm asking you to be my wife, to see this journey through, 'cause the only future I can see is the one I see with you. I don't have a castle and I don't have bags of gold, but I've got a heart that's honest and a steady hand to hold. And I promise I will honor you, and I promise I'll be true, and I'll spend my every waking day just trying to love you. Sincere, romantic, and beautifully pleading harmonica solo. My last and final vow, the only one I'll make, for our loving Spirit's sake. A chance I have to take. I'm asking you to be my wife, to see this journey through, 'cause the only future I can see is the one I see with you.
World's been holding its breath now for a week or maybe two, beneath a sky of empty, hot and unforgiving blue. The corn is looking thirsty, the dust is on the leaves, and the silent fields are praying for a merciful reprieve. The air is thick with waiting, a heavy silent plea from the tired, weary heart of every blade of grass and tree.
Then the first drop hits the gravel, and you can smell the sweet release. A promise in the air that all this dryness has to cease. It's the scent of thirsty topsoil, it's the perfume of the dust. A holy conversation built on hope and built on trust. It's more than just a fragrance, it's a feeling in your soul. The smell of rain's a promise that can make a spirit whole. It takes me back to childhood, to summers long since gone. We'd run out on the front porch from the dusk until the dawn. We'd breathe it in so deeply, a magic earthy haze, the official sweet announcement of the long and rainy days. It's the smell of every memory, of every summer past, a feeling that was so real you just prayed that it would last. 'Cause the first drop hits the gravel, and you can smell the sweet release. A promise in the air that all this dryness has to cease. It's the scent of thirsty topsoil, it's the perfume of the dust. A holy conversation built on hope and built on trust. They don't know this in the city, where the rain just makes a mess. They've never known this special kind of wild, raw happiness. It's a gift from God Almighty, a blessing and a sign that the earth is still forgiving and that everything's just fine. A soulful bluesy and cleansing harmonica solo that feels like a deep, satisfying breath of fresh, rain-filled air. A promise in the air, the dryness has to cease. The perfume of the dust, a long and sweet release. A feeling in your soul that makes a